Hi, my name is Judith Graves, and I'm from a collective of picture book authors and illustrators called KidLit Cove. We are all from, there are 13 of us. It's a happy looking bunch. Crew, I guess, pirate crew. And we are from Atlantic Canada. Prince Edward Island, Nova Scotia, New Brunswick. We don't have anyone from Newfoundland yet. We would love to have some Newfoundland talent. Today I'm talking with KidLit Cove crew member Lana Shupe. Lana has 2 books coming out this year, which is really fun. But here's her bio. Lana can never remember a time when she didn't love books. When she grew up, she became a teacher. She reads books and she read books and told stories she had written to the littles in her classroom. It was her favorite time of the entire school day. The Lonely Little Lighthouse, her first picture book, was published by Nimbus in 2022. The Hippie Pirates, the first in a series of chapter books, I'm excited about this, will be published in July, and it's already out, by Running the Goat Books. And Broadsides, interesting. A second picture book, The Little Church by the Sea, will be published by Morning Dove Press in 2024. And a third picture book will be published by Nimbus in the fall. So she is busy, very busy. The Lonely Little Lighthouse, it's beautiful. Illustrated also by another KidLit Cove crew member, Marla Lesage. I believe that's how you say her name. And then the Hippie Pirates also has black and white illustrations within it by Clarke, and you can check out her website. But right now, let's talk with Lana. Hi, Lana.
Good morning, Judith.
So, where are you?
I am in Calgary, Alberta.
Calgary, Alberta. Okay, so explain to me how, do you live there in Calgary?
I live in Calgary, and just for all the listeners, I'm actually, my husband and I just signed the contract to build a home on our property in Shelburne County, Nova Scotia. So you're all the first to know. So we will be turning to Nova Scotia, but I grew up in Nova Scotia, and my heart has never left.
Oh, excellent. So you'll be moving, and it will be a full-time residence?
Not initially.
Okay.
But hopefully at some point it will be.
This is a quiz, Lana.
Okay.
Former teacher.
Whew. Let's see.
How many lighthouses in Nova Scotia?
197.
Wow. That's great. My Googling said 170, but 197.
It could be 179.
170.
Maybe it's 179 and
okay.
not 157.
We will have to have our viewers chime
in
on that, and say which is right.
Yeah.
Do you know how many are in New Brunswick?
I don't.
According to Google, it said, to Wikipedia, 78.
Okay.
PEI, where I'm from, 63. Newfoundland, 72, which is surprising because Newfoundland is the rock, and that's a stormy rock.
Very big stormy rock, yeah.
Yeah. Excellent. And then get this, Miss Alberta. All provinces except Alberta and Saskatchewan actually have lighthouses.
Yes.
Manitoba has 2.
They do have their own sentinels, though. They do have their grain elevators, which...
Oh, that's true.
Yeah, but they're not quite lighthouses, but they definitely are landmarks.
They are, for sure. If you're lost in the prairies... You're drowning in the wheat. Yeah. Okay, so let's talk about, I'm going to flip back to this book photo for a second, The Lonely Little Lighthouse. Can you tell us a bit about how this idea came to be and all about the Little Lighthouse?
Interestingly enough, The Lonely Little Lighthouse started... I really just wanted this story to be told. It was, I've said it before, but it was the story about the lighthouse where I grew up. So my father was from Sandy Point, which is where the lighthouse is. He was killed in the military when I was 4. And my mother took my brother and I back to Nova Scotia at quite a bit of sacrifice from her because she was originally from New Brunswick and all her family were there. but she wanted us to know our father through the people that knew him. So this is the community that helped raise me, or I always feel like they raised me. There's family was there, friends of family were there, they're still there, and yeah. So anyway, this community came together to save this lighthouse. This lighthouse was going, one of the provinces kind of slated to just let it, fade off into the sunset, slide into the sea. And the community came together, rallied together to purchase it and save it from that. So I wanted this story to be told because and it was spearheaded by one woman, and I wanted kids and other people to know that one person can make a huge difference, and one person can rally together their community to do big things, to do big good things. So it was also very personal. It was a personal story. So
that's a great message, and you have great connections to it. I love it. Oh, excellent. I love the illustrations.
Marla, I think Marla must have been in my head, because every single illustration is exactly what I would have pictured. Had I been able to draw anything more than a stick figure, then these would have been what I would have drawn. So Marla did an amazing job. I'm so fortunate that she was chosen to illustrate.
Yeah, she's great. And I love how if you show the cover of the lighthouse, it's got like a face.
She's definitely given the lighthouse, she's made the lighthouse a character. She's given it a personality of its own. So that also, she did an amazing job.
Yeah, she did.
Just amazing.
The thing I loved about the story was it's kind of a circle story in the sense that she's remembering all the important things that she did, and she's so proud of helping people and how she helped save people, and then in the end the community saves her. And there's a line in there that the woman says,
"You have saved so many over the years," she said, "and now we're going to save you."
Yeah, that's it right there. Yeah, that choked me up a little bit. So well done. I just love it.
Thank you.
Yep. And then switching gears, I think you must be a really cool mom.
And I would. One of my kids would agree with you.
Well, a very fun, adventurous kind of mom. Because let's just look at the next book we're going to talk about, the Hippie Pirates. I mean, come on, where did this idea come from?
So this one was funny too. My husband and I were staying at a Airbnb in Annapolis Royal, and the owners there, the gentleman was wearing a tie-dye t-shirt, and he had his hair in a ponytail, and he and his wife traveled from Annapolis Royal down to the Caribbean. They sail down every winter, and he said that his grandchildren called them the Hippie Pirates. And my husband looked at me, and I looked at him, and my husband said, "There's a story in there somewhere." And I said, "Well, you write it." And he said, "No, you write it." And the Hippie Pirates were born. So I took a little bit of them, the Airbnb owners, but I also used my father-in-law and my mother-in-law, my own mother, as the grandparents for our children, because they had such an amazing relationship with their grandparents. So just all kind of came together.
So the kids go on, they're visiting their grandparents, and they think they're going to travel somewhere, but it's kind of like a staycation, and they end up exploring their area, right?
Their own backyard. And that was the whole premise of the way I thought it would work if it did become a series, was that they would travel around Atlantic Canada in particular, but maybe branch out and go to Canada. But knowing that there are exciting, historical, lots of things to do without going to Europe or Disneyland or or Hawaii or one of these places. There's so much that we have in Atlantic Canada in particular that they can explore. So so what's in your own backyard, so to speak?
It says time travel adventure. So is it kind of magic school bus, kind of magic treehouse?
It's kind of all that wrapped up together. The VW bus that is featured on the cover, the SS Fiona. Yes, she has a magical ability to take them back or forward. We don't know yet. We'll see how that goes. But for now, it's back in time. And yes, they also, once again, bringing in my hometown and my heritage, and what I know, write what you know. So I'm from Shelburne, so they travel back to Loyalist times in Shelburne, when Shelburne was first founded.
I have some photos here that I stole from the internet. Speaking of Hippie Pirates, what is the story behind this really cool bus?
I have the most amazing friend, Sue Slade at Dartmouth Book Exchange, and when I was in Nova Scotia this month, just promoting the book, she surprised me with this SS Fiona, with the SS Fiona in the parking lot at the bookstore when I went there for the event, and it's actually the Smitty's waffle wagon, the Smitty's and Dartmouth waffle wagon. So we, the owners of the vehicle and the owners of Smitty's there were just wonderful. So they surprised me with it. I drove up and it was there, and it was just a hoot from start to finish. It was just wonderful.
Does it have all the groovy and it has all that stuff on it already? Yeah.
Yes.
That's fantastic.
Yeah, and even inside, up on the roof inside, there's all kinds of groovy stickers and peace signs, and it's amazing.
Wow. Back in the day, my husband and I had a Westphalia 67 with the pop-up camper top, and it was a little sage green, beautiful little thing. And there's such a culture with these vans, or buses. When you're driving around, if you see each other, you give each other the peace sign, and it's really neat. I just love them.
And it's funny, even the rust spots, the gentleman that owns it, he actually did the rust spots. They are not on there originally.
It enhances the charm.
Oh, just the charm. It was just wonderful.
Yeah. And then I have another one. And that's it? That's the Sandy Point Lighthouse, right?
That's the Sandy Point Lighthouse. And actually my husband and I, the piece of property that we own and that we are putting our house on, that is the view that we will have.
Wow.
We will look out on the lighthouse and the Shelburne Harbor.
That's gorgeous.
Yeah. Absolutely.
In the book, it mentions that the lighthouse misses people playing on the little beach that was surrounding it. Is that beach gone now, or when there's low tide?
At low tide,
okay.
Yeah. At low tide, there's a sandbar, and you can actually walk right out to the lighthouse at low tide. At high tide, there is some beach, but it's not, it's not very big. So low tide is the time to visit the Lonely Little Lighthouse. That
would be great to walk out and explore there.
Oh, amazing. And
then I have these two photos. Can you please tell me, what is Read by the Sea? It looks important.
So, Read by the Sea is an annual festival in River John, Nova Scotia, run entirely by an amazingly dedicated group of volunteers. I think they're on the 22nd year or something, or maybe the 23rd year of running this. I guess during COVID, maybe there was a couple where they didn't. Anyway, the Lonely Little Lighthouse and Read by the Sea are very, very connected. This is the festival of my heart. I pitched the publisher at Read by the Sea in 2019. I pitched the Lonely Little Lighthouse story there. And from that came the contract for Lonely Little Lighthouse.
And the publisher was Nimbus, right?
The publisher is Nimbus.
Okay.
And these two pictures were last summer when we were getting there, because I had been invited to be an author at the Read by the Sea Festival. So going back to where it all began.
Right. So you were there as an aspiring author, pitched to the publisher, and then came back as a presenting
as
author.
A published author. It was amazing.
That is excellent. Can you talk about the pitching process? Was it a bit nerve-wracking? I know people are always interested in how you get published.
It was quite nerve-wracking, but the people there certainly made you feel very welcome, and try to calm your nerves. But so the pitching process is, you have 3 minutes. You are timed. 3 minutes, pitch reveal. You've got 4 publishers there. Usually they have 4, sometimes 3. And then hopefully your pitch is good enough for someone to pick up, or someone to at least put you on to someone who might want to publish it if one of the publishers there doesn't want to. But the feedback was exceptional, and obviously the outcome was also
great. Did you have the manuscript ready when you're pitching, or did you just have like a notes and you just... had the
the
manuscript.
manuscript was fully formed, and that is also part of the process. So you are expected to hand them, a little package, hand the publishers there a little package with, your manuscript, your cover letter, all those kind of things.
Okay, I will definitely put a link to that in the description.
That would be great.
Yeah, because I'm sure people, if they don't know about it, it would be something that they might want to check out if they're in Atlantic Canada, or if they have attended and have always wanted to do the pitch, but we're worried. This is such an inspiring story. So, well, my friend, is there anything else we should talk about?
Can I just mention that I have 2 more books coming out next year. I hate to toot my own horn, but I wanted to definitely recognize the publisher. So the publisher of one of the books, The Little Church Beside the Sea, is Morning Dove Press, which is a new Atlantic Canadian publishing company. So they deserve, a shout out.
Yes.
And once again, Nimbus will publish the second one that I have coming out next year. And they also deserve a big shout out because they are very...
I'm just writing this down. I will definitely put links to all the publishers too, so that people can check them out. I should have put a pirate hat on. Do you have a pirate hat? We should have yeah. Next time, we'll get into it more with the pirates.
We'll be in full regalia. We'll have it all on. We'll have our patch, our eye patch on. We'll have everything on.
We'll be arg. All right. Thank you so much for talking with me.
Thank you, Judith. It was wonderful.
Okay. See ya.
Bye-bye.
Bye.